Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining for another session, another Future World conversation with Future World Alliance. Uh, Today's session is really interesting. Everyone is talking about AI careers right now. But behind the excitement, there is one big question many students and early professionals are carrying. Where do I actually get started? That's why today's Future World conversation session is so timely. We are not here to talk about AI in abstract terms. We are here to make the path more practical, especially for people who may not come from a deep technical background but have strong skills in business, operations, communication, problem solving, and leadership. And to guide us through this is I'm so excited to welcome Harpreet Kaur. Harpreet is an AI focused product manager and computer science graduate from at San Francisco Bay University with over a decade of experience across operations, AI, international sales, marketing. She has transitioned into building AI driven products and workflows, including interview platforms, conversational agents, and learning ecosystems like Upskill.guru. She is also an IEEE student leader and Autodesk Design and Maker ambassador, and actively mentoring and supporting students' communities. With that brief introduction, I'm so excited to welcome you, Harpreet, here. Thank you so much for joining, and over to you.
Thank you, Padma. Thank you so much for the warm welcome and thank you for the introduction. It's more than I'm so grateful for the opportunity. First of all, thank you to you and also to Future World Alliance. Yes, I am a recent graduate. I just graduated in last December, and I did my master's in computer science. So, but yes, it has been a long journey and a lot of learning and growing and unlearning as well. So I am here to share a bit of my journey so that I just want to make sure that everyone out there, every student out there who is still learning, who is still going into the world of AI. So just a couple of my thoughts, my learnings can enhance your career as well. So I'm just gonna start with the presentation, and I hope you can see my screen. So it's actually a journey from a student to a technical product manager or AI product manager. So in this 60-minute masterclass, I would be breaking into AI product management. So I don't come with a PhD, right? So, and when I came here in California 4 years ago, I had no Silicon Valley connections, and but yes, I had a willingness to start before I actually was ready. So let's begin the journey. Okay. So my journey didn't start where you expect, right? Like I come from, like as Padma mentioned, I come from an international sales, marketing, and operations background. I worked over a decade in India, and I worked as an international sales representative and also operation manager. So I was the person solving problems, like it was people problem, it was business problems, and I was not writing code or I was not shipping features like we do in tech field or we do in product management field. But what I felt when I arrived was like when AI arrived, and AI has been here for a couple of years now, right? So standing at the edge of massive ocean with no boat, like I had no computer science degree, I had no connections, but yes, I had a feeling of starting from absolute zero. I'm sure it might sound familiar to many of us, right? Okay, so when I was studying, I was doing my master's in computer science. That imposter syndrome was very, very real. And I felt around my college, or around my friends, that you are not alone in this journey. We always tend to ourselves like, am I technical enough? Like that's the most common fear among career switchers, or when you're entering into a new field totally. Or for me, it was entering into the new AI space altogether. Or do I need a PhD in maths, or do I need to be technically sound? Like, you don't. Most working AI PMs will tell you the same thing. And is it already too late? Like, I was like, okay, I am not in my 20s. I am like in my late 30s. I'm not that young as compared to my other students in the college. So, is it like already too late? I think the window is wide open. The field is young and talent is scarce. So, you can also relate with me. Like, look around the room. Even the experts are still figuring out as they go. AI anxiety is there and it's universal. And acting anyway is what sets people apart. What I did was I kept learning. I met people. I made connections. I also unlearned, but I also learned across the my journey. So that's what, like, acting. and just moving forward will set you apart. Okay, so this is all about mindset. I mean, the mindset shift that changed everything for me. I mean, stop waiting to feel ready. Okay, once I will graduate, or once I will have the degree, or I will have some experience, or when I will land a new job in the FANG companies, that will be the moment when I will feel ready. No, I mean, what actually I did, I was like, I started with a Python course. I mean, not just to become an engineer, but to understand the basic core language. And then I did, I mean, even if it was imperfect, it was not like I could not ship the correct code or the product, but I built an imperfect chatbot from scratch. I posted my failures publicly on LinkedIn, and I'm sure most of you people, if you are on LinkedIn with me, you will relate it. I was so active on LinkedIn last year, 2025. I posted, I learned, and I posted everything on LinkedIn. I'm not saying that you just give everything on LinkedIn, just post everything, but then whatever you're learning, whatever you're unlearning, whatever you have built, and wherever you have gone to the conferences, workshops, hackathons, just share about your feelings, what you have learned. So I did that in 2025 as a student while I was still studying. I was in college. Why it worked for me? Because I believe nothing was polished, nothing was to be like completely perfect, but it was real and people did relate to your real stories while I was giving interviews as well. When you've built anything and you have built yourself, people relate to your real stories. And action is the only known cure for doubt. Like when you act, like when you have your self doubt but you still act, I mean that's the cure. So you cannot think your way into momentum. That's how I changed my mindset, and I didn't wait for the right moment, but and I also like I didn't wait it for to feel ready. I was there out, I was there talking to people, I was learning with them, and I asked questions even if they were silly questions. So I asked a lot of questions to people. Okay, so there's a quick pulse check, and I would like to ask a question to everybody in the room right now. Like, what's the number one thing stopping you from starting an AI project today? I mean, we all have our excuses, right? I have my excuses, but what's your number one excuse that it's stopping you from starting an AI project today?
I'm not sure, Harpreet, if you're seeing the chat, people are posting in the chat. It's funding time, skill, direction, skill. So,
That's
yeah,
actually cool. I mean, I had
a mixed
same doubts,
response.
like even am I like skilled enough or right direction? I was very lucky. I'm grateful. I had really good mentors across my journey, mentors from my college, and then mentors whom I met during my journey. And I always post about them. I always thank them because they guided me like one step. And once they guided me, I was ahead in my journey. I knew what was working for me, what didn't work for me. So having a great mentor in your life throughout your journey is really important. Finding time is really an issue because when I was a full-time student, like there were a lot of assignments, then I had to go to college, attending classes. So it was a lot. But then I I didn't stop. I mean, I knew I have to give my 100%. And sometimes I was like overwhelming myself. I was doing my classes during the weekdays, and on weekends I was going to SF. I was going to different workshops and hackathons. So yes, direction is really important. You need to have the right direction, skills. I mean, just start building. Just start with a small course, build something. I mean, right now we have so many tools out there. They can guide you well, and they can also give you like good feedback. So thank you so much for all the questions. I see Dharma is saying like I'm learning every day a new skill in AI. That's really great. Thank you so much for everybody. Okay, so yes, time. I mean, I'm too busy with school, work, or life right now. Yes, I mean, it's up to you how you spend your time. I mean, school is important, work and family is important as well. I mean, I don't know enough about AI code or data yet. So start with small steps. I mean, what I did in my journey was I learned almost every day. Even if I was tired, I did something. I took a small course. I met a new person who taught me like how I can make new connections or how I can attend to new conferences and how I can learn from them. So, and fear, yes, fear is always there. Like, what if I build something and it's embarrassing? I did a lot of, experiments. I built so many AI chatbots. I built different data science projects. So it's, the the reason I'm talking about this is, you have to figure out where you are lacking. Is it time you're not able to give? Is it the skill that you're lacking? Or is it just self-fear? Or if you need direction. So every single one of these barriers is dismantleable. We are going to do exactly that right now. Okay. Okay. So when I was studying and when I entered the AI field, the biggest myth in AI that I kind of bursted across my professors, my students, and my colleagues. It was like if you know coding, that's equal to AI. AI is equal to coding. It's like you are in the movie industry and you know how to operate a camera. So it's a massive ecosystem and you have a critical role to play in it. So AI is equal to coding. It's like very, very similar. You're saying, okay, I am in the movie industry and I know how to operate a camera. So I would say it's big ecosystem, and everybody has their own critical role to play in it, whether it's engineers, whether it's product managers, and talking about governance and ops. So engineers, what they do, I'm sure we have so many engineers in this call already. So they build the engine, right? They build models, infrastructure, data pipelines, and also the raw technical horsepower that makes AI possible. Then comes us, product managers. So, what I do in my current company, or what product managers do, we design a car and then find a destination. It's like translating real human needs into AI powered solution. Before it was product managers, like now it's all about AI product managers because every product is AI powered product. And then most importantly, I mentioned here is governance and ops. 2026 is all about AI governance. So if we are building a car that has brakes and it follows the laws, right? So building trust, ensuring compliance, and making AI safe, that's what is governance all about. So my reason of picking up this topic was product plus governance. How we are building right product, which is also making AI safe for everybody who is using it. So we have just busted a myth that AI is equal to coding. I mean, this is I'm surprised actually. This is actually an era where anybody can code and anybody can build anything. This from all the great CEOs and president and leaders from the tech company that you can build anything and you can be your own uh, master of anything product. Okay. So AI is not a solo sport. The most valuable professionals in AI are the ones who know the most about any single discipline. So if we talk about like product managers, I told that they define use cases, we have a roadmap to follow, and we also bridge the gap between the users, the tech, and also we talk to stakeholders because they tell us about their needs, business needs. Engineers, we are building models and infrastructure. And governance, I told you, this all three must collaborate for AI to succeed. It's not one person show. So it's all to, I'm sure we are all working for tech companies. We all have our tech companies, so we know. We all have to collaborate together. And most successful professional is not who is perfect in just one discipline. They are the ones who can speak fluently across all of three. And that's where AI product managers live. That's the complete picture of AI product managers. Any questions in between? Am I clear or yeah?
Good so far.
Okay, great. Okay. So why, like as I mentioned earlier, why I choose this topic of AI plus product and plus governance is because I have been learning a lot about AI governance this year. And I'm sure we have Niharika with us right now on call. She's one of my mentors, and I'm really grateful to God. Like I met her during one of the conferences, and she supported me in many ways. And I took her. AI governance course. There was a last cohort, and that's when I realized like why it is important to have AI product plus governance together. I mean, that's the reason like why 70% of AI projects are failing, because 7 out of 10 AI initiatives never make to the production. I mean, they either fail short after the launch, and the reason is not because the models were bad, but the thinking behind them was. So we really have to think beyond just launching of the product. And I think the real culprits or the real reason, big reasons why our projects fail is building solutions for problems that don't exist. I mean, falling in love with tech instead of users' pain. I mean, we need to figure out the real user pain before even starting to build the product. And then creating black boxes no one trusts. Users won't adopt what they can't understand. I mean, I've seen this. If people are not able to understand, even if we are talking to stakeholders in technical terms, they don't understand much. So we have to connect with the user pains and real user like stakeholders or business holders pain, what we are trying to solve. And we have to hit the uh, nail. We have to completely target that thing. Just make sure you're targeting the main user point, user pain, and then proceed to solve the problem, build the product, and skipping feedback loops. I mean, treating AI like the one-time launch instead of an iterative product. Make sure that you're not skipping the feedback loops, because every time you launch, post launch, there would be feedbacks. So AI is not like, okay, you're done with the product, it's one time launch. No, it is always an iterative product. So these are like main reasons that I wanted to point out, like why 70% of projects do fail, because the thinking behind them was not real, and it was that's why this like falls shortly after the launch. So we need to make sure that we are working on these real culprits and making sure that our AI projects are success. This is the AI product life cycle. I'm sure most of us know like how product initiation or the ideation starts and how it goes all the way to launch, post launch, and then improve and then further iterations. So I'll start with step number one, which is we find the pain. I mentioned earlier, it's user pain or the customer pain. So find out the pain. Whenever you're building something, whenever you have an idea, or like sometimes I'm just sitting and or maybe I'm just driving and an idea clicks into my mind. Okay, this is what I want to solve, but you can solve it, right? You can build anything. But then in the previous slide I mentioned, you have to hit that pain point. What exactly you're solving, what was the problem, right? And first step is always find the pain. Then the second step is build solution. Once you figure out what exactly the problem is, and also the problem, okay, you have figured out the problem you're solving, but how are you going to do that? And what would be the solution? So that's the second step, build a solution. Then is test with the user. That's the testing phase that we use during the project or the product life cycle. So test with the users. Once it's tested successfully, deploy responsibly. And when we deploy it, we have to be very careful, because this is here where AI governance plays an important role. Deploy responsibly. Why I mentioned responsibly? Because we deploy, but we don't know if it is safe enough, right? Once it's deployed, then we obviously improve and loop. Because it's an AI product, here we are talking about AI products. So it will always have that iterative cycle. We can always improve our product. And not to mention that AI isn't a magic. It's an iterative loop. It goes on and on. I mean, I'm working right now with my current company, and we are working on a AI chatbot. We are working on an AI powered tool, and we have been improving that. We have been working on that. It's not like one time product. So the teams that win are the ones that cycle through these process faster than everybody else. I mean, learning, improving with every phase. And step five is feeding back into step one. If you see, improve and loop can go back to find pain into step one is what separates great AI products from abandoned ones. If you have built a product, if your personal project as well, maybe during a college or a capstone project of your semester, once you have find a pain, you are done with the product. But then try to improve it, loop it. Like because it's an interactive loop, iterative loop, you will always find different problems that you can solve further. And that step five to step one, is what will separate your AI product from the others. So the reason I am mentioning here is we all know about this AI product life cycle or the roadmap. We have studied in this product life cycle subject. I've studied this in project management subject. But then reason is how we can go from step five back to step one and making sure we are making changes, we are improving our product, and that's how our product would be a great AI product. Okay, so this is a simplified AI product life cycle. In like we can define the terms as well here. We have the ideation and research. Whenever we decide what to build, we always do a research thing. We define the problem and look for the solutions. We do second step we can do is we do a lot of data collection, from where we're going to get the data and how we're going to prepare the data. So a lot of SQL, a lot of data science goes into this step. Third is model development. We build, we train the model. So everything deployment of the model, it goes in the step three. Then it goes to step four, where you integrate AI into your product, which is this is the most important. You have built the product, you have trained your model, but then you're going to deploy your model. So integrate AI into your product. Fifth step, as I mentioned, you monitor your product and you optimize it. So track performance and keep on improving it, making sure it is working and your AI product is not lacking anything and it is one of the great AI products that you have worked on. So this is a simplified life cycle that is easy to understand. Okay, so I am sure you guys are here with me.
Yes, everyone is here.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
So this is actually a personal story. I really wanted to mention this because whenever I kind of make mistake, I always learn, like we always learn from our mistakes, right? But then I openly talk about this as well, so that it reminds me that yes, I did this, but then this is how I improved it. This is the step that I took to improve it and what exactly I learned from it. So the Arya versus the Celia story. So as I mentioned earlier, we are working on an AI powered platform, and we are working on two bots. So Arya is one of the bot that we are working on, and the Celia is one of the bot. So this was actually last month. It was a no, oh no moment. Like, I mean, oh my God, what did this happen? So, while building an AI interview platform, there were two bots running in parallel. It was Arya and Celia. Arya is a test bot. So we are just testing it right now, and it's unfinished and it's prone to hallucinating. And it's actually built for internal experimentation. So it was never meant to see the real users. And the Celia is the production bot, which we have already deployed. It is polished, it is tested, and it is ready. So the real thing is built for professional users. So this is uh, Celia was we built for professional users with real expectations and real needs. So what I did was, I mean, I'm sure you might smile on my mistake or you might laugh. A single mistake in the deployment script pushed Arya, and the hallucinating test bot, which is Arya, it went live to real users, real professionals, and real consequences. I mean, it was just very single mistake on my part, or you can say there was a mistake on deployment script, and it somehow pushed Arya to deployment, and it went live. So this was actually an oh no moment for me, and I learned. Okay, let's move to the next. This was the background of like the test bot and the production bot and what exactly happened. Okay. So what did this mistake taught me? I mean, and it is forever. And right now I'm speaking about it, and I know that yes, I did this, but I learned from it, right? So when it was deployed, I watched real-time users as users, like they asked professional interview questions and they got test responses because we were testing it right now, right? So they didn't got the actual answers. It was terrifying, I'm sure. And it was the most important lesson of my career. So production is real. Every line of code, every model decision, and every deployment touches a human life. We will all agree with that. Whatever we are building, whatever product we are working on, it is somehow related to human beings. And there is no oops movement button when real users are affected. So we have to be very, very careful. And this is how I actually realized like governance is born from pain. I mean, when we are building an AI product, no one cares about safety, or you can say AI safety in theory. Everybody is building something, and I mean, they care about it moment something breaks. Like for this lesson that I learned, once we were in this terrifying situation, that's how we learned, right? So we have to make sure that when we are building, build your governance muscle before the incident, not after. What we are doing currently is, okay, we have built the whole product, but we are not taking care of AI safety. So I would say governance is born from pain because once we actually feel that pain, then we realize how important AI governance is. So governance, safety, this is the time when we really have to make sure that we are taking this into account whenever we are building anything. Failure is data. The mistake became a framework for me. So yeah, this was a mistake, and it actually I made myself a framework. The fear became the checklist. I mean, I made the checklist and I made sure that I'm taking all the points before I proceed or before I deploy anything. And I somehow realized that your worst moments in product work often become your most teachable assets. And this mistake actually became an asset for me because now we know what not to do. I mean, we all know what to do, but now we know what not to do. I hope this story, my mistake, kind of relates to everybody. The most important tension in AI product work. We are talking a lot about product, but it's all about AI products right now. So, what is the difference between gas pedal versus a steering wheel? So, product management is equal to gas pedal. Okay, so think about this. When we drive, uh, product management would be like a gas pedal, and it would drive value and speed. Finds the use case. If we what we do as product manager is we find the use cases, then we define this roadmap, and we ship the feature, and it delights our stakeholders and the users. Without that gas pedal, the car never moves. That's the product management thing. But what about the steering wheel and the brakes? That is governance. And 2026 is all about AI governance right now. So governance is always equal to steering wheel and brakes because we need to drive, right? But we need to drive safely and we need to trust. So governance ensures fairness, it prevents harm, and it builds confidence. And without it, the car crashes or is never allowed on the road. So the whole point here is product management plays an important role building a product which delights the customers or the stakeholders. But when we incorporate governance with our product management theory and life cycle, that is when we are building safe products and trustworthy products. So, fast AI without governance is a crash waiting to happen. And safe AI without product is thinking is a car that never leaves the garage. So, the the point here is you need both to be valuable in 2026. And talking about my personal story, I kind of decided late that I wanted to get into product, but I'm grateful took that decision because I come from an operations and international marketing background where I have dealt with stakeholders and I know the business needs. So when I decided to go into product, that was the time. AI governance was booming, right? So I made sure that I need both of them, product management skills and AI governance skills. And that is exactly what is valuable in this time in 2026 and moving forward. Okay, so we talked a lot about AI governance and product, but why this balance matters right now? We are talking about the numbers. AI projects, 70% of them fail. We know the reason, right? And then AI economic value, like estimated annual value AI could unlock globally. Most of it waiting for trustworthy products. If you are building a product and if it is trustworthy, mark my words, you are going to do good, great in coming years. But you have to make sure that you're building right product and it is trustworthy and it is safe product. 2026, that's the tipping point. The year most analysts predict AI native products become the default. So the professionals, everybody on this call, all my friends, and I tell, like I am being told, I am being told by my mentors, and I tell everybody. I mean, the professional who understand both sides, like building value and ensuring safety, I mean, they will be the most sought out after in the market. And that's exactly the role you're training for. I mean, this is just a small part that I'm doing through this presentation, that we know what exactly this year is about and the importance of AI governance when we are into product, when we are building products. Hmm. So what companies actually need right now? Like when I was interviewing or when we have NDS job in our job search. So what exactly company looks for? Human to machine translators, professionals who can take a business problem from a stakeholder and turn into a clear brief for an engineering team. So you should know how to communicate. You should know the pain points of the stakeholders and how you can talk technically to the stakeholders and how you can talk technically to the engineering teams. And that's one of the most important aspect of being a product manager. Roadmap owners, people who prioritize ruthlessly, say no to shiny features. Like if I'm a product manager and we are building a product, if I see that the feature is of no use, it's just a shiny feature, and keep the team focused on what actually matters, moves the needle for the users. So you should know, you should have that roadmap owner mindset. And the third is responsible builders. Leaders who ask, should we build this before can we build this, and design AI that earns long-term user trust. I mean, you should be able to ask, should we build this before can we build this? So make sure that you are responsible builders whenever you are into product management, whenever you are into your product manager journey. So that would actually set you apart. Oh, so this is I kind of summarized how like you can take a four-step journey to AI product management. Uh, I started with the basics. Understand large language models. You should know how to be a good prompt engineer, giving good prompts to AI, and AI ethics. That's really important. You don't need to build models, you need to understand what they can do and what they can't do. So learn the basics. Step two is build something. I mean, I was I was still in my college, and I remember the whole last year, every week, every weekend, I was building something and I was posting about it. I was sharing it because any form of feedback, it makes you understand the like pain points and you know where you're lacking. So use no-code tools like Zapier or Bubble. I do a lot of vibe coding and write basic Python. A clunky first project beats perfect idea, then stays in the head. So instead of just thinking about it, I kind of a building. I was doing a lot of experiments across my profile, across my portfolio, my GitHub projects. So show your work as well. I mean, write a blog post, share a LinkedIn update, or publish a GitHub README. So visibility is the new resume in AI. When you are out there in the market, when you are visible to your employers, to your colleagues, everybody knows that you are doing something and you know, even if you're still learning, but you are out there and you are learning something. You are not like in your just there, you are moving. And fourth step is reposition yourself. What I did was when I decided to go into product, I changed my LinkedIn bio, and you can do that too. If you're into your job search, change your LinkedIn bio today. Not learning AI, but building AI. Everybody is, and everybody can build. So don't say, okay, I'm learning AI. But if you say building AI powered solutions, I mean, that language shapes the perception. That is how people perceive you. That is how people see you. And this actually made a lot of difference in my career, my job search as well. Because when you are out there in the market, when you are telling about what you're making, what you're building, and what you're doing, that really shows that yes, you are active and you are passionate about your work. Don't wait for a job to start being an AI. I mean, the biggest mistake aspiring PMs make is treating their first job as a starting line. You can start building your portfolio today, and we already have, like, so many tools out there. Resume analyzer, you can make that tool. You can do a college query board, like it helps for these are just an examples of couple of project ideas you can build. And talk about your products. Talk about your products through a product manager kind of a role, that okay, I build this product and I am the product manager of this product. Talk about your product. Meeting summarizer is another great example. So don't just wait, but start building, start being an AIPM. Uh, So the language shift that changes everything. Stop saying that I am learning about AI, or I am interested in product manager, or I am trying to break into the field. Start saying I build AI powered solutions. I own the roadmap journey. If you have built any product, make sure you know the basics, like the product roadmap. You know what you have built, what was the user pain, what was the solution, how you went through from stage 1 to stage 5, and keep on improving that. So start saying that, yes, I own this product. I shipped this tool. And that's the language shift that changes everything. So this shift in language changes how the world will see you, and more importantly, how you see yourself. It actually builds, you gain a lot of confidence within yourself. I was studying, I was doing a lot of my assignments, my courses, my projects. But then whenever I build something, whenever I made a product, I summarized it. I made sure I made points so that I can talk about those products, those projects in my interviews. Uh, Call yourself a builder and you'll start behaving like one. That actually is a great mindset shift, because that's how you believe in yourself. And when you believe in yourself, people believe in you. And when you are talking about real stories, real projects that you have built, the interviewers listen to you. They are ready to hear you. These are the resources that will actually move you forward. I have mentioned a couple of them actually here. I mean, you can have your own book, you can have your own courses, and you can have your own blogs that you can read. So I mentioned a couple here. Maybe you guys can take a note or take a screenshot and use NG's AI for Everyone. That's on Coursera actually. It's one of the single best non-technical overview of AI. Then we have Prompt Engineering Guide. This is the time when everybody should learn how to write prompts that actually work. So this is actually a core PM skill, and we will use it every day in a product when we are building. Lenny's newsletter. You can subscribe to any newsletter that you like, that you are passionate about your field, and build in public. Post everything on LinkedIn and push everything in your GitHub profile. Document everything that you build. So that's these are a couple of resources you can move forward with if you want to proceed with your journey of AI product manager. Yeah, this is actually you want to start today, guys. So this is actually a 30-day challenge. You can take it like week 1, finish one module of AI. Week 2, pick one project idea, build on it, write a one-page problem statement. Whenever you're building anything, whenever you're solving anything, just make sure you have one-page problem statement. Maybe we can call that as a pitch as well when we are going to pitch competitions for the startups. So have 1 minute pitch, 2 minute pitch, and 5 minute. It's like a one-page problem statement. What exactly the pain is, and what would success look like. Week 3, you can build a basic version using no-code tools or simple API integration. Week 4, you can share it publicly. See, in 1 month, we are able to start and we are able to share it what we have built. So write one LinkedIn post about what you built, what broke, what was the problem that you incurred, that's most important, and what you have learned, right? So this is kind of a 30-day challenge you can do, and if you want to start right now. Yes, so please everybody grab a pen, and everything that's been built from interview platforms to learning ecosystems, it started with a messy first step. So you don't need permissions, you don't need a perfect background. Clarity comes from movement. So not from waiting, reading, or planning, from building, shipping, and learning into the open. So world's most excited product, space needs people exactly like you. And we all can build something. We all can start and just make sure you're moving ahead, and you're learning every day.
Harpreet, can you go to the earlier slide?
This one?
No, the previous to this. Yeah, that is what finish one module of AI for everyone. That is that AI for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
No, what are you referring to when you say one module of?
Finish one module of AI for everyone. So here we're talking about this one.
Oh,
This
Coursera.
is,
Okay.
yes, this is actually a very good course, and it is a single best non-technical overview of AI. So you just hear from him, and it gives you actually a good vocabulary to talk to engineers and executives alike. This is one of the examples. You can go to Coursera, you can go to LinkedIn Learning. I've done a lot of learning from LinkedIn, um, and it's or you can read a book also. I mean, it's all about how you learn it.
Yeah, and also, reach out to us. We have given our LinkedIn URL. Reach out to me, reach out to
Yes.
Harpreet. That
Yeah.
is the best way if you have any questions.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, Nirika. Thank you. So please grab a pen, make your notes, start building, give yourself a 30-day challenge. I remember last year I gave myself a 40-day challenge to post every day on LinkedIn what I'm learning, what I'm doing, what I'm building. So please, yeah,
So,
that's all from me, people. Thank you so much for your time, questions, and comments. Please, everybody is welcome, and I genuinely appreciate your valuable time and attention today.
will we have the slide within the community available, Padma, or no?
Which
Yes.
one? The slides? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You
Harpreet,
can share that. I can do that. Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah,
Yeah, and I
because
would
I
say
assumed
that,
assumed that I didn't write many things. Thank you.
and I would say, Harpreet was my student in AI governance class, and I was really impressed by the way she learned, and also she shared what she was learning. She started her own newsletter, which has like how many subscribers now? 800, 900?
It's like around 800, 900.
Yeah. And that was like a month ago, she started the
Yes,
newsletter.
it was a month ago. Yes, yes. And yeah,
I think, yeah, getting out of the cocoon and shyness of not sharing. I've been doing a lot, but when it comes to sharing to the public open as well. Yeah.
So, here I would say if you want to share something, just send it to us. If you want us to review before sharing, I have given my LinkedIn. Just
Mhm.
send me and just say, is it okay? Send me to a Harpreet or Padma, anyone, and just say, is it okay? I want to share this. And just, then if you want somebody to look, and then just go ahead and share and tag us so that we can make it more visible.
Thank you.
Ultimately, we are here to help each other.
definitely, definitely. Harpreet, frankly, your story, your journey resonates so much with me. I have, and I'm sure a lot of people would have gone through it, especially the advancement of AI. The imposter syndrome is real, and what you spoke
yes,
about is something that everybody at some point going through that, and what could hold them onto it is the grit and the resilience and never give up and keep the learning process going. It's one thing that we should always remember. Learning is something okay, I'm done with this course, I'm done today. It's not done. It's just the starting, and we need to continue learning. That's the best part that you make yourself. It's really resonates a lot with me, and a lot. I have come a long way doing all those things. Exactly those. I can say exactly same similar things. Learning AI, sharing projects, making myself visible. So that's exactly how you want to make your profile resume as LinkedIn resume right now.
thank you. Thank you,
So
Padma.
if
Thank you so
anyone
much for the
has
opportunity. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody has any question, please let us know.
anyone
And
has any
how,
questions or feedback, please
if you
feel
want to
free to
share your
unmute yourself.
journey, your AI journey, please let us know.
It was a great presentation, Harpreet. You shared your story. I mean, it's
Thank you.
your pains and your sufferings, what you went through and what you
Thank you.
discovered.
Thank you, Niharika. Thank you. It all goes to you guys because as I mentioned, I'm really grateful for great mentors in my life.
I have a question.
Yes.
So, because for one who is currently a project manager, where you're working and you have been posting on project related items, and now you want to transition into product management. How do you go about that on LinkedIn? Because you have people who have always known you to be a project manager, and all of a sudden they're beginning to see like products management posts. How can that be managed? And that's one. And how can one successfully transition into product management?
So you are currently a project manager, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of a related field, I would say, but then it's more about AI right now. So if you are a project manager, I'm sure you already know the basic skills, you know the roadmap, you know how to manage the project. But the product management is where you are building a real world product. So I mean, you can start with learning. You can have some courses that you can do for product management, and I'm sure because you come from a project management background and experience, I'm sure you should be able to grab everything very soon. And for the transition, you should have some certificates, have some uh, projects that you can work on yourself, like do yourself. And that, as I mentioned, build some projects, build AI products, and write it down that I built this, and this was my role as a product manager, and share your experience, share the pain points that you were solving, how you solved it, what was the solution. So transitioning into project management to product, I mean, it would require certain skills, but then you can do that with you having some certificates and building your own projects.
Yeah, and here
I hope that
I'll add as you are doing this, a great answer, Harpreet. Try to also see what AI use cases are being used in your project and how you are governing those. Is whatever developers are doing or the product manager are doing, it's everyone, is it resulting in responsible AI? So if you start with that, being a project manager, that is slowly you can transition.
Okay.
So, question for you, Niharika and
Yes.
Harpreet, are there courses? So my background is 20 plus years in leadership, support and engineering, but always fascinated towards governance. So I have managed in my previous company ISO 9001 certification we did, right? And I believe for AI we have similar ISO certification, but
42001.
42001.
Yeah.
For me to get an exposure of those things, like what it is, and you did mention AI ethics, right? Responsible AI ethics. I hear all this. So I don't know whether in that sheet what you showed where I can kind of start looking at courses of what these words mean and work towards that. I understand you have a course, Niharika, on
Yes. Yeah, I have a course.
Maven, but just to get started and connecting the dots, because that's my passion. I do a lot of reading. I'm subscribed to Linny's newsletter and other newsletters, but in general, to have a well-defined path of courses, right? Where is there a website you guys have seen? Like,
Yeah.
is it? Sorry.
Yeah, so again, it is, I would say that, like ISO 42001, NIST AI, RMF, EU AI Act, these are all external things, but it's all about building the culture where right even before the project kicks off, you think about AI governance, you think about what this AI system is going to have so much benefits, but what harms can there be? What risks can there be? So if it's all building that culture together where these ISO, EU AI Act, NIST, they are enablers. But we have this thing that we are going to build the right product which doesn't cause harm. And then we build the legal team, we bring legal team, we bring ethics team together so that our AI system is benefiting people and not causing harm to anyone. So, I don't want to promote my course, but in my course, you're not required to have any AI knowledge or any governance knowledge. We provide everything. And you have this entire journey where you do practical projects to get to a place where you can inspire building responsible AI.
Mm. Thank you.
And I'm giving 50% scholarship to this group. I've also given the promo code. Yes, sorry, Harpreet, please add.
Oh, no, yeah, I mean, you're the best to talk about AI governance. I've learned from you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Yeah, and you're right. Like, yeah. Thank you, Sumati. Thank you so much for the question, and thank you, Padma. Thank you, everybody,
Yeah,
for the
definitely.
opportunity for
Adding to
staying here.
whatever
And
everyone, yeah, to everyone, whatever they have shared, how to express, how to building, so one more thing I want to add is when you're trying to build these projects, personal side projects, and trying to transition into AI, the biggest question, another biggest question is, along with posting on LinkedIn, how do you actually showcase all the work when you're trying to put in front of the hiring manager? So one way that I found it very effective is because resume is going to be one pager, right? So you cannot fit everything into that. One easy solution for that is add your portfolio link into the resume, because that will be just one liner along with your LinkedIn. Add one more link wherein your portfolio is there, and there are a lot of no code AI tools right now wherein you can just integrate and just add all your projects that you have done, create a portfolio, and add that link into your resume. That will give more visibility, more understanding for the hiring manager to see what exactly the projects you're building on, other than LinkedIn. Also, that is one kind of visibility.
Yeah.
And even you add all your newsletters or your side projects, everything that you're building up, that should be a one picture in one place. Harpreet, this session is really good. And I get so excited because with trial and error basis, it was not even people like you have gone through it and have more kind of solution and try to see there is an output for it. It seems difficult, but when you actually go through that and reach to the other end, you can see that every failure is like a learning and a stepping stone for the next step. And I really like how you have framed today's session.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm happy. I'm glad everybody enjoyed the session and looking forward to connecting with everybody and
Definitely.
attending more of the such sessions. Thank you, Somati. Thank
Yes.
you,
Hey,
Niharika.
Harika, thank you again for
everybody.
joining.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Dharma,
My pleasure.
Priscilla, everybody. Samira, thank you so much. Rashmi, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you for
See you
staying.
guys
Thank
next
you.
week with another
Thank you.
session at the same time at 8 a.m.
Thank you,
PST.
guys. Yeah, happy
Thank you.
weekend, everybody.
Thank you.